Hi, Marianne Croce here from Small Biz Vantage and the creator of 3 Day Weekend System. And I'm glad to be here each and every week to do what I call Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. I do these lives each and every week for two reasons. One of them is for you to be able to look at your business from that 30,000-foot view. A lot of times, auto shop owners get so caught up in the day to day, it's really hard to take that step. So, 15 minutes with me each and every week is a great way to do that. When you do it, you actually turn it into your competitive edge because most small business owners aren't doing that. The second reason is for you to take one action item away each and every week. You'll hear me say it all the time. The magic is in the doing. We can get wonderful ideas, wonderful inspiration, but what really gets you the results that you want is when you consistently take action. So remember, the magic is in the doing. And a question that I commonly get asked when I meet people is, Marianne, who do you work with? The automotive industry is a large industry, and there's so many different niches within it. I work with single location auto shop owners. These are owners that have reached different milestones, different levels of success, but they really want to have their business stop consuming them. They don't want to be in the day to day anymore. They want to be able to empower their team so they could stop working 24/7. And you know what? They deserve it and they've earned it. So that's where I come in and help. This week's topic is family dynamics. And I have to tell you that I got a lot of feedback on Family Dynamics Part 1, which I did a couple of weeks ago. So I decided to do Family Dynamics Part 2 this week. There are a lot of families in auto shops today working together. So this is really an important topic to cover. So if you find this valuable, please share it with another shop owner or even another family member that you know that's working in a shop, something that really can bring them some value, some clarity. So here's the thing. We have seen it all play out when you think about family working in a shop. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's a disaster. And most of the time, when I talk to shop owners, it depends. And I have talked to a lot of shop owners over the years, and they will tell me things like, yes, family will give it their all. Others will say, hell no. And they'll tell me of an experience that they had, and that's it. They don't want to work with family. They don't want to work with family ever again. So how does it work for some? What is it that makes it work? And I can tell you, I'm not putting out there that it's always going to be perfect because as every shop owner knows, regardless of a team, family or non-family, nothing is perfect. So that's not what we're shooting for here. But we're talking about here is it starts with responsibility from both sides. And what this is you have to be real here because last couple weeks ago I talked about the owner's responsibility and really what it takes when they bring family members into their business. But today I want to shift that. And I really want to shift that to what is the family member's role? That's what part 2 is all about. So we have to look at this in a real sense here. Just because your name or someone's name, if you're not the family member, is on the building, it doesn't mean that you automatically deserve your own office, leadership title. That's not what it means. Family members who step into the business have a responsibility too. And it's a big one. You have a really big responsibility. So here's what they need to own. And I use that word. Here's what you have to own. Earn it. Don't expect it. Just like any other team member, very important. You've got to show up, put in the effort, and prove that you are the right fit. Don't lean into the I'm family card, right? If anything, you should be putting more effort in to set the standards for others. And it's true, you do. Respect the business, not just the owner. The business exists to serve customers and to support a team, not give you a job. That's not what it's there for. Treat it like a real business, not a family favor. Be on time, be coachable, and be accountable. Number 3, speak up, but don't steamroll. You have ideas. Great. Bring them to the table, but also recognize that you're part of a bigger system now. Contribute with humility, not entitlement. Your voice matters, but so do results. And be open to listening to others as well. Number 4, keep family drama out of the bay. Disagreements happen, but dragging personal issues into the shop helps no one. If you're upset with mom, don't show it at the service counter. If you're frustrated with dad, don't take it out on the text. And finally, own your role. You may be family, but you're also a team member and a contributor, just like anyone else. Take pride in that. Build trust with the team by being someone who they can count on, not someone that they roll their eyes out, right? You don't want people rolling their eyes at you because they definitely don't have the respect. So yes, working with family can work, but it only works when both sides take responsibility. Now, whether you're live or you're on the replay, I would love for you to type in the chat if it's a yes for you, a hell no, or if it depends when it comes to working with family. I'm really curious what you have to say, what your thoughts are. So every week, I will give a 1-week rule, and this is about taking action now. If you're working with family or you're even thinking about it, my suggestion is set a 1-week time period for yourself, like a timer. And in the next 7 days, do this. Have a real conversation. Talk with your family member about the role, about the expectations, and about what success looks like. And then really, really consider going back to those steps that I told you, and I'll repeat them in a moment. Really think about it because it's important when you make this decision. It's a big decision to bring family members on. And the 4 things that you really need to consider are they have to earn it. Don't expect it. They have to respect the business, not just the owner. The third one is speak up, but don't steamroll. The fourth one is keep family drama out of the bay. And lastly, they have to own their role. That's really what this is all about. So make sure that before you bring a family member on, you're having that conversation. The next thing is decide what needs to shift. You may be already working with family, or you may be in a shop and you're a non-family member, but you see there are family members there, and you may be experiencing some of this yourself. So decide what needs to shift. Is it a title? Boundaries? Is it communication? Is it the team perception? Pick one thing and commit to improving it this week. Think about it. Perception is a big one. A family member that comes in, if they come in and they come in not working their way up or not being curious about how things are run and asking questions and learning about the other team members, and the roles. The perception can be nepotism. They're only here because they're family. And that's a tough perception to break. So it's really important that you come in and you're aware of this when you come in. Lastly, each week, I leave you with a pro thinking tip. Don't assume alignment. Don't assume that everyone is on the same page, that everyone thinks this is a great idea, or your ideas are going to align with everyone else's. Make sure that you're asking for it, that you're curious and you want to learn about alignment in your shop. So here are the questions that you can ask. What do you need from me to succeed in this role? You bring a family member on and you want to make sure you ask that question once you've decided to make this decision. And secondly, are you still excited about being here? You want to make sure that they are excited, and you want to make sure that they stay excited to be there, to contribute. Because here's the thing. We're talking about being professional. We're talking about looking at this as a real business, a business that's supporting the community and contributing to team members. So being professionals, when you are one, professionals don't rely on guesswork. They don't. If you're an auto shop owner, right, you don't guess at what's wrong with the vehicle. You get down to the problem. You do a diagnosis and you get to the root cause. The same thing with your team, the same thing with your business. Professionals lead with clarity. That's what they do. And they set the tone so that you're not fixing bigger problems later, problems that escalated. So that's it for this week's Auto Shop Success in 15 minutes. Again, if you find this valuable, please share it with another shop owner or team member that you know it could help. Thanks again for being here and have an enjoyable week.